Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm Wayne, and I'm an alcoholic. I always talk a lot about a lot of things, and some of you may be a little tired of hearing it. However, there's that one person out there who can benefit from the things that I'm putting out on this channel on a normal basis, because it applies to addicts and alcoholics and anybody with a disorder that is of the mind, to where if they look inward and use a little reflection, can be a little bit of help within their lives. And also on the road to sobriety, there's nothing more healthy than being able to look inward and examine yourself for things you're doing right, things that may need a little fine tuning, and some of the character defects that we all can change if we need to. There's just the ability of using your mental strength in order to accomplish that, and to accomplish building yourself up to the best version of yourself. That brings me to today's daily reflection for 19 January 2021, around the clock, faith. Alright, you fine folks, if you haven't taken time to subscribe to the channel, take a moment now to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any of the daily reflections or anything on Journey with me. Let's dive into this and try not to get wrapped around religion more than spirituality. Let's go. Faith has to work 24 hours a day in and through us, or we perish. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 16. The essence of my spirituality and my sobriety rests on the round-the-clock faith in a higher power. I need to remember and rely on the God of my understanding as I pursue all of my daily activities. How comforting for me is the concept that God works in and through people. As I pause in my day, do I recall specific, concrete examples of God's presence? Am I amazed and uplifted by the number of times this power is evident? I am overwhelmed with gratitude for my God's presence in my life of recovery. Without this omnipotent force in my every activity, I would again fall into the depths of my disease and death. That is profound, folks. Look, I can recall many incidences where my higher power had direct impact and direct take on everything that was occurring in my life. The only problem is, and now this is my higher power, it might not be yours, folks, but for me, there were so many times that toolbox was given to me and I didn't open it up. And if you understand that, put your comment below so somebody can get some of that. Have you ever heard of the saying, there was a man on an island and that island was going to be flooded, and God told the person, and if God's not your thing, replace it with the inner voice or inner strength of your choice. God told the person, as the person prayed for help and rescue, I'm going to send you a couple life rafts. And the person didn't listen. And so when the life rafts came, the guy was like, I'm going to wait it out. I got faith in my higher power that my higher power is going to save me and get me through this. So the person in the life raft said, okay, that's cool. And he drove on. Along comes another one. The same thing, same conversation almost. Hey man, do you need help? And the guy's like, nope, my higher power is going to take care of it for me. And the boatman is like, okay, I guess you're not coming. And he drives on away. Then I'm changing this up a little bit because I don't exactly remember how it goes. Then a helicopter comes. The helicopter lands and say, hey man, get on, we'll get you out of here. And he's like, nope, I got faith in my higher power. And then bam, the tsunami hits, the man dies. When the man gets to heaven, God says, why didn't you use any of the tools I gave you? He said, well, I had faith that you were going to save me. He said, well, I sent you 2 boats and I sent you a helicopter. For me, that's how that kind of works. You know, I'm sober, so that is definite proof that my higher power is working in my life, and that my general faith is 24 hours a day. Next, when I nearly killed myself drinking over antabuse and nobody was around to help me. My higher power allowed me, and this sounds retarded, or this sounds not true, but my higher power made me throw up and made me get all that alcohol out of me so that I didn't die from the effects of the drug. Then I rolled over a couple cars. My higher power was there as well, because I should have either been tremendously injured or dead at this point, but I wasn't, because my higher power was looking out for me. I used to always have this saying, God looks out for drunks and fools. And if God's not your thing, again, put the strength that drives you in place of that, because I don't want you to get wrapped around and miss the message. I'm not going to make this too long, folks, because guess what? Got a live stream coming up at 1800. Not on my channel. It's on Seth Perry. Look him up. And I think his channel is Recovery Minute. There I was many times more, where and most of you can relate to this. And if you can, drop I hear ya down below in the comments, or whatever comment you want to put. I should have died so many times over that, I probably couldn't count them anymore. And, truth be told, I thought I should have. But I didn't. My higher power gave me so many tools and so many opportunities. And I only can think of the ones that I missed that could have been more advantageous. But I cover that with this. My higher power definitely keeps me sober for almost 5 years, and gave me the ability to be relieved from the obsession of alcohol and from my active disease, because that ultimately, folks, was going to kill me. If I don't pay attention to what my higher power is trying to tell me on a normal basis, the chances are is that I'm going to end up back in the bottle, or I'm going to die. And that's as deep and dramatic as it gets, folks. And I don't know how else to put that. For people who don't have faith, and I got it, there are atheists and everything else out there. You don't have to believe in God. But the God, the higher power as you understand it, is where this message actually goes. That's just something to think about, folks. And if you have some incidences where you thought that, you couldn't possibly survive it, or everything was going to end up a mess forever, and then it changed dramatically, drop your interesting comments below. Alright, so that's food for thought. I may have missed a little bit of the point of all that. I don't know. I tend to ramble a little bit. Life's a garden. Dig it, folks. That's all I got. But I do have one more message. Oh, I shouldn't have said that then, huh? I do have one more message. Look, I want to do a live stream this weekend, and this is how I want to do it. I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with you and your interesting questions for me. Because believe it or not, I have a little bit of knowledge up in here, and perhaps you can benefit from it, and I can benefit from what knowledge you have, or what questions or concerns that you might be brewing over in your mind that you want to spit out there in the universe. We can talk about it all on One Sober to Another this Saturday. You just let me know if you want to do that live stream and be a part of it with me. All you have to do is watch it, enter the live stream, and then type in your questions. And guess what? I'm going to answer them live and in person, so you can see it and you can get some real time, or we can get some real time discussion going on, because me being a talking head up here all the time is probably not exactly exciting for a whole lot of you. So let's bring your interesting thoughts and your comments, and maybe you got some questions. Live stream this weekend. I'm going to send out the actual notification for that via YouTube, and I'll put it on Reddit, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And all you have to do is tune in on Saturday, be a part of the live stream, and let's make One Sober to Another a reality for you. Life's a garden. Dig it, folks. Guess what? I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a good day.